Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our campaign as Brandenburg into Prussia in Europa Universalis 4. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to turn this fort on. I think we keep it on because the zone of control forced him to go to Berlin when he does eventually decide to move. Holstein has announced Lübeck as a rival. So part of the peace deal here was that Denmark was forced to release Holstein. So that is good for us because he is a prince and he also owns Schleswig. So hopefully that will end up getting added in. We didn't miss any monarch points because the cap was 104, but it is time to do some development again. And we have less than 3 months here to make this decision on the clergy, so I'm going to have another fight to do. And I think what we'll do is, again, do a little bit, tiny bit of development, even though the cost is a little bit higher. We'll probably go ahead and take 10% modifier here in Stolp. We actually have plus 10% due to the nobility. That's a temporary modifier, but we'll take 1 pip there. Alright, how long until we can actually take this next tech? Estimated 1489. About 3 years to go. We'll be able to take Renaissance Thought, knock out our idea group, and then very quickly pick up 2 or 3 ideas, and our good combat ability will come online. Unlike some of the other countries, like, say, France, who get this pretty strong modifier really early in the game. Well, France doesn't actually get it right away. He needs to get a couple more ideas here. He's gone economic first. Or like, say, Sweden. Sweden starts with all of their initial power, like, online. The infantry combat ability just gives them a huge advantage. We need to get 2 idea groups out for the most part before we start to get kind of nuts. So, 1 month to go on this disaster. Cannot rival. I'm wishing that I had actually remembered to rival Pomerania before declaring previously. Alright, we got to take this fight now. And again, just want to make sure I've got 1 more month. Also, we're going to turn this fort on because they're going to rebel where we revoke, which is going to be in Kolberg. So they are going to rebel there. We want to have that zone of control active so that when they siege it, we'll be alright. We're the defender. They have no leader. So we're going to do just fine against these guys. Sacrifice a little bit of manpower to make up for that. A lot of disloyal estates in the country. They all have enough land, at least for the moment. So they have been ticking toward 50. Any chance that the other modifier is going to come away pretty soon? 94, 1505, 1506, 1506. Is this in chronological order now, or has it always been? I feel like at one point in the past it may not have been. Okay, and this is the month where we have to revoke the province. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll turn the fort off in Berlin. It's just not necessary. And then let's go ahead and revoke that province now, assuming we have at least a small amount of garrison. We do. So Kolberg, you are going to be revoked. They will rebel. It has to happen. The zone of control will protect us from the Catholic zealots, and then they will have to go to Stettin, and then we will go fight them in Stettin. We'll be just fine. And for the next short while, they are going to be losing loyalty despite being very, very, very low, which is bad, but we need to buy some time on the disaster. I'll admit, doing the monarch point deal that I've been doing is a very tedious and dangerous game to play. But again, for 2 monarch points a month, I'm pretty willing to pay that price. This is 9.2 ducats a month, mostly due to reinforcement. Gotta get these troops back up to full size. And we were almost at 50 papal influence. I'm thinking that levy the church tax is looking pretty darn appealing right now. Let's take a quick look at our CBs. We have Imperial ban on France, Pomerania, Castile, and Venice. Still not thinking that we really want to attack Venice on our own just yet. And I'm also still leaning towards Conquest. Trying to keep aggressive expansion down would be really nice. Maybe we do Imperial ban, take Rostock, Greifswald, and then do a separate war in a little bit for Danzig. I mean, I like Danzig, but taking the reduced aggressive expansion while playing inside the Empire is pretty darn appealing. He is relocating to Stolp. Excuse me? Oh, okay. Why not just walk there? I mean, whatever you say. I guess we'll fight you on April the 9th. So I have too many relations, not going to worry about it too much. I am thinking that we're going to probably get rid of this relationship with Poland. Especially if Lithuania ever becomes rebellious. Polish War, prestige is only at 14. Okay, they still took the -1 as expected. Lose a few men. Come on, Carl. Stop rolling zeros and ones. He just did 0-1-0. The more I watch my generals, the less well they perform. That much is for sure. We're not going to even reinforce right now. We can't afford it. No money for these soldiers. Not a dollar. So I used to want to always fabricate before going to war, because I used to figure, you know, I hated getting claims for having the claims cost more than they were supposed to. But now that it doesn't do that, it is kind of nice to actually have some stuff built up against them in advance. I think we could probably pretty easily take these two guys. He's on Tech 7 as well. And his allies are over there. Tech 7, Tech 7. We're not a great power. We're nowhere near that number yet. 114. We have to get up to 219. It's nice having this tech modifier here. The Ottomans. Wow. Wait a second. Did the Ottomans have already embraced the Renaissance? That's kind of crazy. How were they able to do that so fast? Oh yeah, they've just totally got it everywhere. Renaissance has spread like crazy. Straight to the Ottomans. So basically, in this batch, the Ottomans is Western tech. Because the Ottomans needed more buffs, right? Okay, hit 104 again. I'm gonna do 2 this time. A little bit less frequent. I'm gonna deal with it. Alright, you're still ticking down, yes. Good. The nobility are on the march. They're heading back up. The clergy are on their way down, which is clearly not good, but we have to buy some time, and you are on your way back up. So in about 26 months or so, we'll have the burghers back to loyal. We're not going to be doing a huge amount of development in the near future, but I think we do need to just declare this war and make good on it right now. So Lübeck's our ally, and they have a core on Rostock. Kind of thinking that we maybe just go ahead and give that to them, call them into the war, make the war even easier. They get Rostock, which is already their core. I get Greifswald, which is fine. Of course, Mecklenburg could be brought back to existence. Oh, Pomerania just picked up an alliance with Denmark. Great. Great. As I was looking to do it. I hate you so much, Poland. Okay, looks like we're going back to peace for a little while. Go up to speed 4 while we wait. We'll improve relations with England. Denmark is clearly being problematic. They've rivaled England. England has not rivaled them. My Emperor France has started influence nation on Utrecht. Interesting. I mean, he is a prince. You better leave him alone, France. Now they're influencing Scotland as well. We've had pretty spectacular monarch points this whole campaign. Despite having done a ton of development, we still have a lot going for us. We have 34 favors with Poland. There's no point to having this many. I don't think I've ever once used this. I wonder how good this actually would be. They'll avoid starting any wars of their own for 12 months and will be more likely to join offensive calls coming from us during that time. More likely to. By how much, I wonder? Probably not as much as just having the trust higher. I'm going to take one click of that and just see, like, how much more willing are you? Of course, you can't actually check what your war situation looks like without having the diplomat free. We got Bohemia and Denmark as rivals. Ottomans are attacking the Mamluks. War against you. So trust helps out by +5, but the debt's -70. I want to do it just to test it. I don't think I'm going to even be able to use this, and it's probably going to be a waste, but I'm actually seriously thinking about just breaking this alliance anyway. Let's go ahead and just click this button and see how big of a multiplier, how big of a number that adds to the war acceptance. So, prepared for war +20. That's significantly better than the 10 points of favors for trust. Interesting. Attitude towards enemies and accepting would destabilize. Wow. With enough modifiers, you might even be able to get them to take a stab hit. War deck. Interesting. Castile has now accepted the Renaissance. Embraced it. And we're looking solid for the inheritance. Deteriorating relations with the clergy. Relations between the state and the clergy have now sunk to a new low. We lose stability. Just a random stab hit because they're disloyal, it looks like. And rebellion. Ouch. That's in Straussland? Well, I mean, yeah. We're not in a great spot with them. We're still trying to get our prestige up to 50, and that's not happening. Hasn't happened in a while. Still not too excited about the rival slots that are available, or the people who are available on the rival list. Alright, so corruption's down to 0.59. If we can get it below 0.5, we can actually have positive events start to fire. Nobility have lost some effect. If we go ahead and... I know we need to pay off some debt, but I want to just see if we can try to get this thing paid off a little bit quicker here. Get below 0.5 again. As fast as possible. Pomerania has just declared war on the Teutons. They cite Conquest as their CB. Let me guess, you're going to be able to call in Denmark, right? Of course he will. Somehow he'll just manage to have favors. Alright, lose prestige and have the nobility gain loyalty. Or we can lose 33 administrative points and gain a diplomatic insult CB against Anhalt. Well, I mean, a quick war against Anhalt, depending on his ally network, could potentially give us some prestige. Holstein, Saxony... Yeah, no. Ouch. That prestige sucks, but we'll take the loyalty of the nobility. Magdeburg has now embraced it. And those nobility back up to near loyal is going to be useful. The land maintenance modifier tuned down a little bit. How much loans do we still owe? 360 ducats. Pretty penalizing. I might as well just pick a rival so we can get our power projection up. And, let's see. I just find it so unlikely that we're actually going to go to war with Castile. Right now, you would actually want to be allies with us. And again, you're an elector, so Saxony's just not really an actual option. However, if I pick Poland... They have far more enemies than we do. They're far more likely to lose wars. And we're their only ally. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick Poland right now. Poland, you're a loser anyway. You suck. And they immediately broke their alliance. Good. But they want it back now. I think that it actually broke because of the negative opinion. They've suddenly become neutral. And we're back up to the point cap again. Tell you what, we actually have a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and knock this up a little bit. We can afford to spend like a ducat or so a month. Until this thing is below that 0.5 number. Alright, so, again, back to development. Trying to get these things up just a little bit at a time. Very close here to getting our administrative tech level, and then knocking out some ideas, which is going to be incredibly exciting. There's a lot of really good things that are going to happen here in a moment. We're going to get morale of armies plus 20, and then infantry combat ability plus 20, both of which are insanely good. So 7 more ideas will take us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not quite all the way to Goose Step. We'll need a 3rd idea group to actually unlock Goose Step completely. What was the idea in between? Oh yeah, they're all so good. It's just pure military goodness. And the next idea group we're going to take is definitely going to be quality. Because quality innovative is just too strong in the early game, and I just want to be able to take that infantry combat ability right away. We'll end up with 50% infantry combat ability. We'll have like the most awesomest Space Marines ever in the year 1450 or something. Or not 1450, like, I don't know, 1520, something like that. Yep, it's going to be solid. Yeah, I think we were already pretty close to that. Were you able to call Denmark in? No. He is winning his war, and again, the more land that he gets, potentially, Poland has just embraced the Renaissance. I could, no. It's still out of 6 out of 4 relations because we got to dump our military access. Kind of surprised that he didn't get rid of it. We are at 50 papal influence, despite having the disloyal clergy for a while there. Despite the clergy being pissed, cardinal administration, controlled cardinals, and base value is enough. Papal state's actually pretty happy with this right now. Before, I took the papal legate, which was for trying to get and stay the emperor. We do have some debt. Interest per annum -1 will reduce the actual cost to buy back and pay off our loans, and then we do have some inflation. Wonder which one would be better for us as far as overall finances go here. The levied church tax would give us a fair bit here. 5.45 divided by 0.92 gives us a base tax income of 5.92. If we got 15% of that, it's like 0.9 ducats a month for 20 years at our current rate. So 12 months in a year times 20 years, that's 213 ducats that we get back. I'd say that's almost guaranteed to be more than the interest that we're paying here. And again, the inflation reduction. Here's the thing about the inflation reduction, though. It's only 0.1 per year. Yearly inflation reduction. So basically, over the next 20 years, we'll lose 2 inflation. Which is about what we have, but... I mean, ideally, we'd just have both. But I'm going to take the direct income right now. Yearly prestige, pretty good, too. All these things are quite nice. I'm going to take the church tax first. I don't really care to become the papal controller. I forget what I don't even remember what the papal controller benefits are. Stability cost modifier, an extra diplomat, bonus prestige, cheaper advisors, more possible advisors, cheaper tech, and a lot less aggressive expansion impact. Plus you can, you know, piss off the people who are bad. My Emperor Castile has revoked their guarantee towards Aachen. Excuse me? You were guaranteeing Aachen? Okay, you border him. Got it. Okay, it's an interesting little guarantee that you've done there. I don't think we want to go all the way down to 0 because we're ahead of time in Diplotech, so we want to take advantage of that. We are below 0.5 now. Let's go ahead and go back down to 0. 0 corruption from rooting it out. Just let it tick down slowly on its own now. Probably not going to be doing any debasing of currency anymore either, because I would like to get those positive monarch point events. And from here, it's a slow crawl back up to working our way out of debt. And looking for a window to attack one of our neighbors. Possibly when we get the next couple ideas unlocked and we have a little bit of combat ability. I mean, the big one here is going to be this morale of army. We take the first 2 ideas, which we have the points for right away. So basically, as soon as we unlock Oh, we actually, never mind, we have it right now. We can do it right this second. So we just got this. Looks good, let's do it. Done, Renaissance thought. And then we take our, nope, that's the wrong one. Take our quality ideas. We immediately unlock private to marshal. We immediately unlock yearly army tradition +1. We're just gonna go bam, bam. Now we have morale of armies +20%, which gives us a huge edge. And we have so many modifiers already to our army tradition, right? Because we've got our base, which is +0.5. And then, so +0.5 yearly army tradition. In here, we had something I thought that modified some other modifier. Ah, right, it was this other one up here. Army tradition decay. So we don't have that one yet, but our army tradition's at 40, and we have no forts on right now, and it's still going to barely decay at all. So we're going to stay above 40, pretty much guaranteed. And that's not even without having without having the Prussian government form yet. I'm very excited to give that thing a shot. So suddenly, I feel a whole lot stronger. We'll see how well that actually works out. 10% infantry combat ability, 20% more morale. At max morale, we could have... How much morale right now? Well, we would have to turn maintenance on for just a moment to find out. Land morale can get all the way up to 3.98. Our power projection was better. And we had more prestige. I bet that people with pretty good power projection and prestige are going to be about equivalent to us right now. But that army professionalism really is going to give us a pretty decent edge against some of these other nations. Like Denmark only has 6 prestige, so we don't have to worry about that. They only have 2 ideas. They can't really have unlocked anything that helps them at all. They went administrative anyway. Pomerania has 2 ideas, both economic. I mean, we're going to be able to mop the floor with somebody here pretty soon. For now, though, I'm going to take a break here. Next episode's going to be the big one. It'll be fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.